Welcome to our channel. My name is Tracy. I'm the keeper of the home here at 4D Farms, where we are all about home, family, and living this life that God has so graciously blessed us with. Our channel is full of content that I hope encourages you, inspires you, and most of all helps you on your journey. Be sure to hit like and subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you will get notified every time new content is uploaded. We hope to see you in each and every video. Hey y'all, Tracy here, keeper of the home at 4D Farms. Y'all, this is the middle of July and I am already harvesting the first pumpkins. I'm the first one harvesting pumpkins in our area in the middle of July. Y'all, in our zone, that's just, I planted these early, okay? I planted these in April. I want to show y'all something. Look. Here's another one. Let me move this big old leaf. Already lost one pumpkin because it was so heavy it fell off the vine and it started rotting. So we are going to harvest these pumpkins, and I'm going to let you know the easiest way to know when it's time to harvest your pumpkins. And I will be doing a video on canning and freezing pumpkin puree and the chunks of pumpkin, okay? This is how you know. First, ta-da! You're going to notice your orange color. That's a no-brainer, okay, that you're looking for in fall. Number 2, you hear that hollow sound just like you're wanting in a watermelon. Next test, y'all, the skin and the inside is firm, okay? If you put your fingernail in there or your finger and it's mushy and it starts going down, it's not ready. These have to firm up, okay? So, hollow thud. Let's check this one. I know this one's ready. Hollow thud. Y'all, that skin and that texture is firm, good. What I'm looking for. Look at there. So y'all, the next step is going to be cutting these off the vine. You're going to carefully, ouch. Oh, y'all, I didn't realize how prickly these things were. Okay, y'all see the stem right here. Okay, don't cut your stem off. Okay, cut your stem off. These stems, y'all, don't turn brown on the vine before they're ready. Okay, it's not like butternut squash or something. These can still be green. The browning of the stem comes when you cut these off and they start curing. So when I get ready to cut these off, I'm probably gonna have to get my husband to cut them off. I can't lift these pumpkins, y'all. He is going to cut. See where that section is right there, where that stem is in the fork of that vine? You want to come back away from that fork just a little bit and save some of your stem, and he's going to cut it off right there. And he's going to be gathering the pumpkins, and we're going to be taking these babies inside, and I'm going to show you how we preserve them. And y'all, look at that. Y'all, look at that. I'm going to be harvesting some more itty-bitty pumpkins. So I'm going to be having some more. These vines, y'all, this is where Moreau was. Y'all, some of these vines are stretching up there on that hill. Look at that. Some of these vines are stretching way up there. Some of these vines are going way over here into my zucchini and my butternut squash. I'm going to have to separate them. Oh, y'all, I'm going to have a good pumpkin harvest. There's another itty-bitty pumpkin. Look at that. Yep. Welcome to my early fall, y'all. All right, y'all, we have brought I can't even talk. We have brought the pumpkins in the house. We have washed the dirt off them because I don't want dirt in my utility room and I don't want dirt in my storage room until we get all of them processed, and I didn't want them all on my, I just didn't want to bring dirt in the house. Okay, so we've got all of them washed. Now, and I'm probably going to have to change clothes, put on an old t-shirt or something I can probably throw away because this may get messy. I don't know. We'll see, or I may just have to put an apron on or something. Okay, so y'all noticed that we grew regular pumpkins. Okay, I know everybody's like, well, if you intend on using the puree to make pumpkin pies with, you need to use the pie pumpkins. You know what? I have made pumpkin pies using both pumpkins, the pie pumpkins and the regular pumpkins. I couldn't taste the difference, y'all. Not in texture, not in taste, not in baking up. I couldn't tell a difference. Okay, what makes the difference is what you put in your pie. What's gonna make your pie is your seasonings. Not okay, it's a personal preference. Okay, another reason why I wanted to use the big pumpkins is because, hello, have you seen the size of some of these pumpkins? Okay, I'm gonna get more for my time and energy. Okay, y'all, that packet of seeds only cost $1.99, and you're fixing to see, maybe not all in this video, of what we're gonna get. You're just gonna see some of how much we're gonna get out of these pumpkins just in this video. That's not including what is still ripening out there on the vine and still growing. Okay, so the pumpkins are not done yet. I'd rather get more for my money, and y'all, if y'all want to get the little pie pumpkins, go right ahead. But I'm choosing the big golly whoppers, okay, so I can get more. So we are going to start breaking these down, and these are going to kind of get done like my butternut squash. We are going to roast some and get the puree, and then put the puree in vacuum seal bags so I can make different things with it. Pies. I can slip into muffins, breads, waffles, pancakes, soups. Okay, it's already pureed. I can turn it into a pumpkin soup by putting some cream in it, things like that. Then we're going to be breaking down some. Y'all, it's not easy breaking down a pumpkin, but we're going to try, okay? We've watched videos, thank goodness for YouTube, other people breaking down pumpkins. We're going to see what's the best way. It's kind of hard to peel a pumpkin with a vegetable peeler, so we're going to have to get creative and break it down a different way, okay? And I might cube up some to put in vacuum seal bags to maybe like roast, or to maybe like boil or something in a simple syrup. But I'm also going to be canning some in a simple syrup, okay, to give me that fallish kind of vibe. You know what I'm talking about? A simple syrup of water, brown sugar, all your pumpkin spices, or just cinnamon and nutmeg. You can use any pumpkin spices that you want, okay? So we're going to be pureeing some, roasting it, and then getting the puree out, and then putting in vacuum seal bags, just a little review, and then cubing some up to maybe just experiment with to see if we like it as a side vegetable, okay? Like with maybe some different kind of seasonings. And then I know I'm going to be cubing up some and canning in a simple syrup, okay? So we have got to start breaking these down. It's going to be hard. Like I said, I may have to change my clothes or something and put on an apron, but it's not easy breaking down a big pumpkin. But yeah, we're using the big pumpkins because I get more for my money. And to me, there's no taste difference. I've used both. So I've got a video on breaking down a pumpkin and turning around and turning it into a homemade pumpkin pie from scratch. And y'all, I couldn't taste the difference. You can watch that video, and I used the little pie pumpkins in that video. So I think I did. I might have to go back and watch my own video, y'all, but you can catch that video anyway. And I'll show you how to make a pie pumpkin. Pumpkin Y'all, I got to start breaking these pumpkins down. Okay, so y'all just bear with us. It may take us a little while because these things are big, but we're going to get there, and just hang in there. We'll get there, and then we'll show you what we're going to do next. All right, y'all, time to start breaking down these pumpkins, okay? I am getting the itty bitty pumpkins because I can handle these. Dear hubby has already broke down the big ones that I just didn't feel comfortable doing because they roll. This is an extremely sharp knife and I'm short. So he got the big ones for me. They've already been broken down. But he's letting me do the little ones, and I'm going to, just for video purposes, I'm going to show you how we're going to do these. We're going to do half and half. I'm going to cut a bunch open, and he's cut me some open where I'm going to roast, okay, where I can get the pumpkin puree, okay? Then I'm going to can some, y'all, simply because I can. Okay, I'm going to can some, and we're going to get the skins off and everything. Okay, so let me start with this little one. We're going to have to get the tops out, y'all, and this is an extremely sharp knife, and I'm kind of not comfortable, but at least this is an itty-bitty pumpkin. And I got on some old clothes where I don't mind getting pulp on me. Now, by all means, y'all, save your pumpkin seeds if you like roasting pumpkins. I've never roasted pumpkins. I don't know how. I'm sure I can figure it out. I'm sure there's tons of recipes and videos. But I've got a mama deer out here with a baby. I've got some little raccoons coming around that I need to deter them that way and stay out of my garden because I'm already seeing little bite marks in one of my pumpkins. Not today, raccoon. Okay? And I know it's been in the garden because it's after some leftover corn. Yeah, he's been in the garden. Or she. Okay? And then I have all kinds of birds out here, y'all. And squirrels. I'm just going to feed the wildlife. Okay? So my pumpkin seeds and the pulp is going to go on a hill on the ridge. And we're going to do that for wildlife purposes. Okay? Now, I'm going to cut this one since it's smaller for my canning, okay? So I'm going to be cutting these into wedges so I can get the peels off, okay? So I'm just going to try to cut this in wedges. My husband's already done some big ones, and I got to get the peelings off those. Because, y'all, there's 2 pumpkins that we went ahead and let my granddaughters paint. Just in July, we painted pumpkins, okay? And I knew I couldn't roast those because of the paint, you know, getting in the oven and stuff, and you couldn't eat it. But I can peel the skin off, y'all, on those. And that was big ones. I let them get the big ones to paint, and we just had a big old pumpkin painting party in July. All right, now I'm just going to break these apart. I've got my wedges. Now I can get the peelings off, get the flesh out once I remove the pulp. All right, that's how I'm going to do that one. Okay, this one, I'm going to get the stem out. Y'all, you should have seen them pumpkins this morning. I would have been way up here. No, not near my face. No, not with a big sharp knife. So he got the big ones for me, okay? Woo! And I got to be careful with this knife because, y'all, this is one of those Dow Strong knives. And I will link these in the description box below for you. Y'all, we love these things. We love them. These things will last for years, and you're not continuously having to go buy new knives to work in your kitchen with, okay? It's easier to bust it down in there than it is trying to pull this thing out because you can't. Okay, this one is going to get cut in half because I'm going to lay this flat on a cutting board, on a baking sheet and roast it, okay, to get the puree. So we're going to do half and half. We're going to roast some. And we are going to, that's not exactly center, but that's okay. We're going to roast some, and we are going to cube up some. Y'all, if you hear something over here, it's my water bather. I'm in a working kitchen this morning. I've shoved everybody out. Granddaughters are not here. I got roasted peppers going over here. I've got pickled okra going over here. Now I'm working on pumpkins. I'm going to be dead tonight, okay? Now, let's get all this pulp out. I need my scooper spoon. What did I do with it? Let me grab my scooper spoon, y'all. It may be in the dishwasher. Nope, here it is. Okay. So I've got to multitask this morning to get all this stuff done because, y'all, when this stuff is coming in the garden, whew, you got to get her done, okay? But we've been waiting on all of our pumpkins to come in so I could do these all at one time. Okay. I'm just going to do 1/2 of this just for video purposes, for time purpose. I'm just going to do this. You, just like you're carving a pumpkin, you know, for Halloween, you get your stem out, you know, your top, you get all your pulp out. Like I said, if you want to roast your seeds, go ahead. If you don't, y'all, please don't waste them. You can save these actually and save seeds if they didn't come from the store. This came from a seed already and out in my garden. There is something, y'all, about saving seeds from grocery produce that I've never had luck with. So if I save seeds, it's from something that's either a plant I bought from a nursery already or I grew it in the garden myself, okay? So I'm gonna get all the pulp out. These, if you have animals, if you have pigs, goats, something like that, y'all, pumpkin seeds are a natural dewormer. Chickens, pumpkin seeds are a dewormer. So you can use these on your animals, okay? Goats, chickens, cows, okay? It's a natural dewormer. All right, and you can roast them by all means. But y'all, like I said, I've never roasted them, so I'm gonna feed the wildlife, okay? All right, so let's scoop all this out. I'm choosing to feed all the wildlife out here. That little mama with the little baby, she needs something to eat, so I'm gonna help her out. And then I'm gonna be getting seeds up out of my floor too when I'm done. My kitchen after my canning season is going to have to get a very deep clean. Kind of just like you're kind of doing butternut squash. Okay, now I need me a baking sheet. I need to have it ready. Let me set this over here with the rest of my pumpkin. This piled up about this high. Okay, I'll get to that step in a minute. We'll get some on a baking sheet, okay? I'm already roasting peppers in my oven, so my oven is already hot, ready to go with some pumpkins. Okay, I need my little thing here, okay? Now, let me show you how I'm going to get... That's why I have a towel, y'all. I should have had an apron on. Okay. This is what we're going to do with the ones that I'm going to can. You're still going to have to get all your pulp off of there, okay? I'm going to try to get the peelings off as good as I know how, okay? I can either do it with a knife or I can do this with a vegetable peeler. I'm going to try to do it with this sharp knife, but y'all, if I cut myself, you're going to see it first, okay? We're just going to try to, kind of like a watermelon, but it's just a little tougher than a watermelon. I'm just going to try to scoop as close to that skin as I can get. Now, if I leave some on there, I may have to get my vegetable peeler. But I'm going to try to get as close to that skin as I can get. Please don't let me cut myself. Okay? My husband's probably going to say, turn the knife, turn the knife. Okay, he freaks out when he sees me fixing to get hurt. Okay, that's good. I've only got just a little that I need to clean up, and I will probably get a sharp knife to do that with. I mean a small knife. I already got a sharp knife. Okay, kind of like you're doing watermelon. That's going to get cubed up. That's going on the hill. All right, let me do one more. I'm going to get the pulp out. I'm going to get a roasting pan ready. I mean a cookie sheet ready or a baking sheet ready. I've got to, as soon as this starts boiling over here, y'all, I got to start the timer on my pickled okra, okay? If you haven't seen that video yet, go watch it. I'm pickling okra for my granddaughters, and I'm doing us frying up some for us because my granddaughters love pickled okra. And I needed it as close to store-bought taste as possible. So I used the Miss Wages seasonings. Quick process, Miss Wages seasoning packets, easy peasy. And y'all, they've already gone through 5 jars of pickled okra. Hey, if they'll eat it and it's another vegetable, we're going to do it. Okay, I've got so many vegetables in these girls this summer, they didn't know what hit them. Woo! Okay, let's go on out with that. I can clean it up. There's my peel. I've only got just a little bit of cleaning to do, y'all. And that, y'all, these are easier than butternut squash. Woo! Okay? We've already opened up a jar of our butternut squash where I canned in simple syrup. Good. Good. Okay, let's get cleaned up. Now, this is what I'm going to do with the remainder of the pumpkin, okay? I'm going to get a baking sheet ready. As soon as the peppers comes out, I'll set them over somewhere to cool, and then I'm going to start putting pumpkin in there, okay? So half of them is going to get roasted. The other half, I'm going to can. Okay, so let me show you how I'm going to prepare these for canning. Let me get my pulp out here real quick. Shave that soft stuff off. Pulp. Woo! And like I said, he's already broke down the big ones for me. All I gotta do is just get the flesh out and start cubing them up. Okay, just for time, let me show you what I'm gonna do. Clean jars. I'm gonna raw pack these in just water. Just water, okay? Because I may want to cook these different ways. The puree is going to get pureed so I can use in waffles, pancakes, muffins, breads, something else I trick them with. Shh, you didn't hear that. Get those vegetables in your kids, y'all. Pancakes, waffles, muffins, breads. Yeah, okay, that's what we do. Oh, little pumpkin donuts. I made some pumpkin donuts, y'all. And they didn't know no better, but I got another vegetable in them. Okay, now I'm just going to start cubing these up, y'all. And these will get, I'll have to check the minutes on pumpkin, y'all. You can pumpkin. Oh, now, let me get to this point. It is recommended and suggested you cannot can pumpkin puree. I've never tried it, but I know there's some people that do, y'all. It's a big controversy. I'm not going to, for the sake I've never tried it, but I do know there are some people that can pumpkin puree. The reason why they suggest not to can pumpkin puree, y'all, I need to set me a timer. Let's see, pickled okra, it says 15 minutes on this package, y'all. I'm trying to multitask here. What did I do? Did y'all take my package? Okay, I forgot processing time. These are, let's see, these are quarts, pints, 10 minutes, quarts, 15 minutes. Let me set a timer for 15 minutes, y'all. Because I'm going to start talking, and I'm going to go over that 15 minutes. So, yeah, I need to set a timer to know when to cut the okra off from processing. Then next goes in my roasted peppers, since I'm already water bathing today. Video coming soon. Okay, let me get back to my pumpkin puree. It is recommended and suggestion you cannot can pumpkin puree. Reason being, when you can, there's concern of the pumpkin puree not being packed in the jar correctly and it creating air pockets. I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how to explain it, y'all. The air pockets can create bacteria, which in turn turns to botulism. So I'm not going to tell you it's okay to can pumpkin puree, and I'm not going to tell you that you can't. It's your kitchen. You do what you are comfortable with. If you can pumpkin puree, tell me. Okay? I want to know. But for the sake of not endangering someone, I'm not going to tell you to can pumpkin puree. I'm going to roast these pumpkins, peel the peelings off, and start packing and mash it with a potato masher, and then start putting in vacuum seal bags and using as my puree. Some people will, instead of roasting them, they will boil their pumpkin pieces and then make puree out of it. If you want to do that, by all means you can. All right, I need one more so I can show you the purpose of how to do this jar, okay? So if you want to boil your pumpkin pieces and then put them in a mixer or a hand mixer or a potato masher and get your puree, and then put it in freezer bags, that's fine. It's easier for me to just turn on my oven and roast all these halves at one time. Look at me swinging around a knife, and I tell my granddaughter, don't do that. I need to practice what I preach, don't I? Woo, okay. Just like you're getting, watermelon off a rind. That's how I'm doing these. Okay, about that way. All right, just a little bit on there. I'm not going to have very much peeling to do, y'all, but if you want to turn this over, and I may try that here in a minute, I may take one of these pieces and use a vegetable peeler. And so, probably on some of them big ones, I'll be doing that, okay? Getting a vegetable peeler and getting the peels off. Right now, knife is working on these small ones. We'll see how the big ones go, and I'll tell you how I wind up doing it. Okay, let's fill up this jar. I'm just going to show you one jar just for time purposes, so this video is not so long and you don't get bored. Well, maybe one more. Ow! Okay, because let's do just another little small wedge. Get the pumpkin, get this out. Checking my peppers. That video will be up. Yeah, soon too. The roasted peppers, it might be before this one, it might be after. I don't know. Just depends on how everything flows and how I get everything fixed and uploaded. Okay, so we're going to do one more. Y'all, you know what? I'll do it right now on this one. I'll see which one's going to work best. Where's my vegetable? Oh, that's not a vegetable peeler. Where's my vegetable peeler? I have two, but there's only one I like using, and I guarantee you it's in my dishwasher. It's not over there. I think I was doing something with it the other night. Nope, that's not it. Okay, well, I can't find it at the moment. I'll let y'all know how that works if I try it later, but right now let's just get to going. Y'all, I'm multitasking today. I got all my maids running today. I got washer, had the dishwasher running, got the dryer going, my oven, my stove. We're multitasking today. Sometimes that's just what you have to do. I think, y'all, this is going to be easier doing it this way than it is actually getting the vegetable peeler. But if you don't want to waste some of your, if you don't want to waste some, by all means, use a vegetable peeler. But just to make this process quick, I'm just going to show you. I will look up the time for pumpkins here in just a minute. It's either, is it 90 minutes pressure canning? But y'all, you can water bath these too, okay? Your time is just probably going to be 3 hours, okay? Rolling boil, 3 hours in a water bath. It's just easier for me to just pressure can because I have pressure canners, okay? And I know there's a big controversy, people saying you can't pressure cook. You can't water bath low acid. Yeah, you can't water bath high acidic foods. And you can't pressure can low acidic foods. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. We're going to get into that. I'm going to do a video, y'all. We're going to get into that. Okay, just for time purposes. That's why I wore some old clothes, y'all. This is going to get messy. We're going to pack these in water. Y'all, remember, your water, your jars, your contents, all needs to match temperature. I'm raw packing these, so there's cool water in the bottom of my canner or tap water. Raw contents, it's not hot, so I've got raw, I've got cool water, cool jars, okay? Where is this? Oh, I gotta go get a lid and ring, y'all. I don't have it. Yes, I do. It's right over here. Lid. We're gonna wipe the rims, debubble. I almost forgot. See, I'm thinking about what all's going on over there, and I need to concentrate. Okay. Y'all, when this garden produce is coming in fast, you just gotta learn to multitask and do what you gotta do. Now, I can go ahead and do this in a simple syrup like I did my butternut squash, but I may be using these for different things, so I don't think I'm going to. I am going to make sure this is clean. I know it's clean, it's new, but I just want to make sure it's really clean. And I think I've already washed it because my jars are there, my lids and rings is over here. Y'all, I'm all scattered this morning. Okay, lid and ring. Fingertip tight. Can you see that? Fingertip tight. With just a little oomph at the end. But don't too much, okay? Oh, y'all, that was funny. Okay. Y'all, I went to the doctor the other day because I had an accident in the house. I fell off a stool. And the stool, y'all, was not even this tall. Okay? I was putting some jarred stuff up in our pantry, and I came down on my foot, fixing to step off the stool, and it went pow! And I went, ah! And then I went bam! On my tailbone. And yeah, and then I'm like, ah! Okay, y'all, because I cried. I cried, okay, because my gluteus maximus was on fire, my back was on fire. I know I popped it. I popped my ankle. It blew up, swelled up like a balloon. It was purple and blue for days. I had to rest, take a little break. That's why I couldn't do the pumpkins at that time, because these have been harvested since the end of July and the 1st of August. But since I had the accident, they just had to wait, okay, to where I could even stand. Okay, so I went to the doctor the other day for a doctor's appointment with my arthritis. I told him what happened. Of course, he was concerned, and he's like, let's do an x-ray. So, y'all, I had to bear it all. I had to show my rear. And thankfully, nothing was broken. My tailbone wasn't cracked. My ankle wasn't cracked. I just banged it up really bad, and I spent days on a heating pad on my back, and then whatever on my foot. So yeah, now I'm getting to the pumpkins and the peppers, okay? It's been real, y'all, okay? So that's life with G-Mall, okay? Life with Tracy, keeper of the home. The floors jump up and trip me up. The walls don't like me. I run into walls. I run into door facings. I trip over thin air. And the bad thing is, y'all, though, one of my granddaughters is just like me. She's just like me. Bless her heart. She'll run into a door facing in a heartbeat. She'll run into a wall in a heartbeat. We trip, okay, over thin air. Okay, so time purposes. I'm raw packing these. I'm not blanching them. That's another thing. If you want to blanch your butternut squash, your pumpkin, by all means do it. I don't. I'm cutting out a step because, y'all, when these are pressure canned, they're going to cook. And if I blanch these first, they're going to come out of the jar like mash. No, not today, because I want to use these in something. I may roast these with some seasonings. I may wind up taking a jar and mashing them and doing mashed pumpkin casserole. Instead of a sweet potato casserole, you can substitute pumpkin, okay? If I run out of pumpkin puree for pies or to cook baking with it, I can open up a jar, mash them, boil them, whatever, then mash them, then make puree then, y'all. So I'm not going to do it right now. So I tell you what, let me clean my space. Let me clean my space, clean up, get me some more space. Then I'm going to get a baking sheet ready because it's time to pull the peppers out so I can start getting these pumpkins in there while the oven's running. Let me clean up. I'm going to get another baking sheet ready, and I'll show you how we're going to roast them, okay? This is the canning process, okay? I need to look up how long to pressure can pumpkin. And I'm going to say that if you water bath these, y'all, it's going to be 3 hours, okay? 3 hours, rolling boil in a water bath. So pressure canning, since I'm pressure canning them, I'm going to look up the minutes. I'm going to clean up, get me a baking sheet ready, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I've got peppers are out, so now I can make room for pumpkins. I've got a lined baking cookie sheet, lined because I don't want to ruin my cookie sheets because I want them perfect for cookies. So I've got it lined, okay? So I'm just going to start putting my pumpkin on here. I don't think I can get another half. I'm probably not going to chance it. Okay, yeah, because I don't want pumpkin goop all in my oven. Okay, because I had butternut squash goop in my oven. Some of the butternut squash was just kind of hanging off the pan, and then it kind of gooped down in my oven. So yeah, I had to clean my oven before I could even do peppers and pumpkins. Okay, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to get another baking sheet, and I can probably do 2 pumpkins at one time this one, and then another one that he cut in half for me that I am going to roast. So I don't put, let's see, give me my oil. The only reason why I'm going to oil, there you are. Y'all, my kitchen is working this morning. I'm only going to just rub these with just a little bit of oil just to keep the skin from like completely burning, you know, and then stinking up my oven. Okay, so I'm only just gonna massage it a minute. Just enough to keep it from, you know, scorching and then just smelling up my oven and my house, and probably the smoke alarms go off. Okay, that's been known to happen in my kitchen. Y'all, believe it or not, I can make mistakes and I can burn food, okay? Trust me, I can. It happens. So far, it hasn't happened with y'all yet, but it will happen one day, trust me. I may pull something out of that oven and just say, y'all, I'm sorry. Ditch this meal, go get you a pizza. Okay, I'm going to get this one in the oven. This is just how I roast them, y'all. You don't have to put the oil on there if you don't want to. You don't have to. So I'm going to get another sheet ready, get it lined, get this other pumpkin on there, and get these in the oven. Woo! I did look up the time for pressure canning your pumpkin. It's 90 minutes for quarts, 55 minutes for pints. Okay? She did the blanching process, but like I said, I'm not going to. I pack everything raw, and I cut out a step to just help me. When I get ready to use these pumpkins, when I get ready to use these pumpkins, I can use them in a soup. I can make a pumpkin soup. So that's why I'm not going to soup these up or can them a different way, just water, okay? Now, y'all can dry pack these if you want to, just like I did in my butternut squash video, okay? I don't have to do these in water. And I may get to the point where I may do some half and half, okay? You don't dry packing, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's something that a lot of people have gotten into because they turn out better. I do my potatoes this way because, oh my gosh, y'all, if you've never dry packed potatoes or butternut squash or pumpkin or green beans or carrots, you don't know what you're missing. It's not recommended. Please, y'all know I'm in a rebel canning group and we learn things, we experiment, okay? Dry packing is just where you put your ingredients in the jar raw and you just don't put water. You just put the ingredients, and I may do some that way. I did it in my butternut squash video where I canned and preserved butternut squash 5 different ways. After I did that video, I found another way I could cut up the butternut squash, go figure. So now I got 6 ways, okay? So, and I did some dry can, and then I canned some in vegetable broth, and then I canned some in a simple syrup of water, brown sugar, okay? Awesome. It smelled like fall in my kitchen. I could do that right now with these and do some in a simple syrup, but I'm just going to save that process and do that later and do them like glazed, because I could have done that with my butternut squash. I could have just canned them all, and then if I wanted that fall flavor, take them out of the jar and then glaze them with butter, brown sugar, cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, cloves, whatever. Make your own pumpkin pie spice. You can substitute butternut squash for pumpkin, vice versa, in pumpkin pies, okay? You can use butternut squash in a pumpkin pie. Butternut squash and pumpkin pie, pumpkins almost taste the same, okay? Believe it or not, it's the spices that you put in them that makes the difference. All your pumpkin pie spices, okay? So there's you something. Back in Depression days, they would substitute butternut squash to use for the pumpkins, okay? To make pumpkin pie. So you can do that. Okay, I think I squirted all that out, spit all that out, okay? So 90 minutes for quarts, 55 minutes for pints if you're pressure canning. If you're water bathing, I'd go the full 3 hours, okay? You can either dry pack your jars or water. Okay, I'm not putting salt in here. I'm not putting pepper, any spices or anything like that because I don't know how I'm going to be using these. I may turn some of these into soup. Okay, so these are fixing to go in the oven. I'm going to finish breaking down some pumpkins and fill some jars up and get my pressure canner going. Okay, so let me go ahead and put these in the oven. Oh, okay, I'm glad my husband broke down them big ones. Okay, this one's going in. All right, let me get another baking sheet ready. We'll put the second one in there, and I'm just going to continue the process until we get to the next step, okay? Okay, y'all, I got that other pumpkin in there roasting with these. I'm going to work on these just a little more, but I'm going to talk to y'all just for a minute, give y'all a little life update while I'm cutting this one up right here, okay? I did try the vegetable peeler. I found it. I didn't like it. It's just easier to just scoop it out like a watermelon and then just take the little pieces off. It was just too much. I didn't like it. So I did try it. I found my vegetable peeler. But I just wanted to give y'all a little life update. Have y'all noticed my kitchen? It's coming together, y'all, after a year later. If you are just now tuning in to my channel and you have no clue what I'm talking about, we underwent a major kitchen renovation last year and got it all finished except little teeny tiny things that we had to go on a work trip. Y'all, my husband is the provider of the home. We had to go on a work trip. I travel with him. And we had to go and, you know, life happens, okay? Crap happens. So we had to go on a work trip, and I'm like, look, let's just get my kitchen functional to where that way, when we come back in and out, I've at least got a kitchen to cook in, okay? Little nitpicky things was what we had to finish, okay? And in between work trips, and then, y'all, bless our handyman's heart, he had a very rough year, okay? He lost his father to cancer, dealt with that, had to take care of his mother, get her all situated, dealt with that. And because he could have been finishing up our kitchen while we were on a work trip, but y'all, we understood. We understood, and we told him, don't worry about it. When we got home from the work trip, we would work on it, okay? We'd get it, okay? And then, not only after that, he had to have not just one knee replacement surgery, but double knee replacement surgery. And then had to go through rehab. So that just pushed us back further. But y'all, we're very understanding. He's a very close friend. We were like, you know what? That my husband was like, I'll start just doing little nitpicky things that I know how to do, and like putting the handles on and stuff like that, we're working on replacing some outlets, and they're all up high, so don't worry, my granddaughters can't get to these or anything. No children can get to them. The ones down low have already been done. We just had to worry about the high ones. But he was doing the shake shingles on our columns over here and above our vent hood. So he got that finished, got the things on. Then our handyman was able to come, and we needed to trim down some more rock, seal the rock, and do some facings around our windows, door frames. We replaced doors. Yes, because when we started this renovation, y'all, we did all new floors. But we saw, oh my goodness, all these floors connect. And the flooring that we got, they all had to flow into each other. So we wound up doing kitchen, dining room, foyer, hallway, utility room, all at one time. So yes, it was a major project. We ripped out all the crown molding. We ripped up all the baseboards, had new floors put down, new cabinets put in, granite, rock walls, rock island on the front. You probably will never get to see it in the video unless I just show you down there. But anyway, it's coming together, okay? And my husband decided to finally just go on up with the rock and do a rock wall, and I'm fine with that. I have let him roll with this kitchen, y'all, because My husband worked hard to do this kitchen. He listened to some of the specifics that I wanted. You know, like rolling out trash can right here. I showed y'all in a video. Rolling out trash can. Little specifics that I wanted. A drawer with a pull out for my KitchenAid mixer to get it off my counter. I let him pick out cabinets, trim, countertops. I wasn't going to complain, y'all. I'm not that complaining wife. I'm like, you know what? You worked hard. You're giving me a new kitchen. Create it like you want it. Use whatever you want. We're still undecided, y'all, about a cabinet pantry system around our refrigerator. That is the last thing that will get done because we're still not sure. We thought we had it figured out. We thought we were going to go ahead and go with the cabinets just like that we were doing. But he's like, you know what? I think I just I want to do something different. Okay. And if we still can't get it figured out what we want to do and have it custom made, we'll just go and finish out a cabinet system just like these. And I'm letting him decide. This was his project. He gave me a new kitchen, new flooring, new paint jobs everywhere, those rooms. I'm not complaining. You go with the flow. I'll be happy with whatever you decide. I'm not that kind of wife that's going to pitch a fit and all such as that. So, yeah, I'm letting him go with the flow. So, I just thought I'd give y'all a little life update on how our kitchen's going. Okay? And it's coming together. It doesn't like much being finished, okay? But y'all, in between work, every time we'd get home and get settled from one job, phone would ring. I need you to go here. Okay. And then, our handyman, he is a close friend. So we were just like, you know what? One day, little by little, it'll get finished. And it's coming together, y'all. I couldn't be happier. New doors, everything. New trim. It just all has a fresh new look. I'm so happy. I am going to finish cubing. Those are roasting. I'm going to finish cubing these. Get these jars full. And this is enough to fill up one canner. And then we'll just finish those processes, and then I'll do the rest on my own time, okay? So I'll get these ready, and I'll bring you back. Y'all, I'm going to back up just a minute and say something. The bigger pieces off of the bigger pumpkin is actually easier to use my vegetable peeler because they're bigger, okay? And then the smaller ones. The smaller ones, they were like enough to where I could to get up under there with this knife. The bigger pieces, the flesher is harder and it's harder to go around like that. So y'all, on this one, I am using my vegetable peeling. If you see a little blue, this is the ones we had to break down with my granddaughter's painting pumpkins. And it winds up working better because the way he cut the bigger pieces. Now the smaller ones I can handle with this knife, the wedges. But the bigger pieces, bigger chunks, I'm going to use my vegetable peeler. And it wound up working, y'all. I can hold it because it's as small. He got them big enough where I could hold them in my hand and go down with the vegetable peeler. So it winds up working on the big ones. I just hadn't got to the big ones yet. So now I'm to the big ones and it kind of actually works better. So, bye, blue. Y'all, I'm making sure there's no paint on these. So it peeled off just fine, y'all. So, these bigger ones, I'm going to have to break down a little more so I can get them cut. But I'm filling up my jars. So I thought I'd pop back in here and tell y'all that. So let me finish cubing and using my vegetable peeler on the big ones. My knife, I think I have 2 more little smaller pumpkins and I can just use my knife on those because I'm going to be cubing them up too. I may roast one, I don't know. I'm going to see what I have first, okay? And if I just get too tired, because I'm getting hungry too, and if I just get too tired and need to get off my ankle, then I may wind up just going ahead and roasting them. But I just thought I'd pop in there and tell y'all that. On the bigger pumpkins, this does work. Just cut your wedges small enough where you can get your hand around it to hold on to it. The smaller ones are already small wedges, and I was able to use my knife. So I got some of my water coming up in my pressure canner, and then we're going to get the first load going, okay? Alright, y'all, I did those other 6 jars. 7 jars will fit in this canner, okay? I got the other 6 jars done exactly like I did that first one. So I got 7 jars in here. I'm going to put the lid on. I've already got the amount of water in my pressure canner. Always check your lid, y'all. I'm still nervous after all these years, but you know what? You get the hang of it. I just still take precautions, okay? All right, so I'm going to turn this on. Can't mess with my peppers here. I'm double timing it, y'all, today. Now, I'm going to turn this on. I got my lid locked. I'm going to turn this on, and when I start seeing a steady flow of steam coming out the vent hole over here, I'm going to let that vent for 10 minutes. Let that steam come out. Then I will put my bobbler on. As soon as I find it, I will put my bobbler on and then let it come up to 10 pounds pressure, my elevation. And these are quarts, and they're going for 90 minutes. Pints, 55 minutes, okay? So we're going to let this heat up, start venting for 10 minutes. When you see that steady flow of steam coming out, okay? If you're new to canning or something, okay, you got to let it vent for 10 minutes when you see that steady flow of steam coming out. Then you put your bobbler on. Then you let it come up to the pounds of pressure that you need for your elevation. You better check with your pressure canner and your ball, blue book, whatever, okay? So then when it comes up to pressure and that bobbler starts bubbling, then I start timing it for 90 minutes, okay? Probably one of these is fixing to be done roasting. I'm going to get it out, let it cool off, and then we'll start taking the peelings off, getting it in a bowl, getting it ready to mash, bagging it up, vacuum sealing it, and putting it in there, okay? So I do want to tell y'all, if you don't grow your own pumpkins, by all means, you can go buy some pumpkins when they start coming in, okay? Go take your kids to a pumpkin patch, okay? When they start selling them in the grocery store, a local farmer, okay? You don't have to necessarily buy the pie pumpkins, okay? Everybody's like, you got to use a pie pumpkin to make pumpkin pie with. Y'all, I've made it with both, and I can't taste a difference. What makes your pumpkin pie is the spices that you put in that pumpkin, okay? Because like I just said, you can substitute butternut squash for pumpkin in a pumpkin pie, and you won't be able to tell the difference. It's the spices that makes the difference. If you want to grow your own, you can grow the big ones, you can grow the pie pumpkins, whatever's good for you, okay? We just chose to grow the big ones because I can get more for my bang, okay? More for my buck, okay? One packet of seeds cost me $2.99, y'all, and I'm getting all these pumpkins to can and puree, okay? But if you can't grow your own pumpkins, find somebody where you can buy your pumpkins from and can them up and puree them up, okay? We're fixing to take one of these out, bring them over here, let them cool off. These are processing. Woo, okay? I'll bring y'all back. All right, y'all, I've got these out of the oven. This one's cool enough to the touch where I can just go ahead and show you what I'm going to do. When these come out of the oven, y'all, it's as simple as pulling the skins off, just like that, okay? Take your skins off. And I'm going to put my pulp or my flesh, the pumpkin. I'm gonna break this apart, y'all. I'm gonna have to do this in pieces because it's a big pumpkin, okay? The little pie pumpkins are a little easier than this because they're smaller. Or, you know, you can cut these up in wedges, you know, and roast them that way. As long as you get your puree out, y'all, it's fine. I might chunk some in the floor. I'll chunk some at you here in just a minute. Just start getting your skins off, y'all. I don't have any fingernails. I cut my fingernails off. That would help. But being in the garden, I can't do a lot of manicures right now, so I'm just keeping them short right now. All right, so we're going to get the skins off. These are still a little hot to the touch, so I'm going to let them cool off. But I'm just going to go ahead, just for time purposes, I'm just going to show you this one. All right, This is flesh that's already hot, still a little hot on the bottom. Okay, we're gonna throw this over here in our bowl. Okay, now there's two things that you need to know when you're doing pumpkin. Pumpkin is very watery. You can handle this by two ways. When I get this mashed up, you're gonna see there's gonna be a lot of water in it. I'm gonna try to get as much water out as possible on this end of it and squeeze it out, get it out, get the water out before I try to vacuum seal them, okay? Or you can put your puree, your pumpkin, put the skin in there. You can put your pumpkin in a cheesecloth, wrap it up, let it hang overnight to get all the juice out of it. Then take your pulp out or your flesh and then start putting it in your Ziploc bags or vacuum seal bags, whatever. But y'all, since I am mega timing it this morning in my kitchen, I'm just going to try to get as much water out of it as possible. I'm going to go ahead and get them in them bags. And I'll take care of the water on the other end when I get ready to use this puree, okay? All right, so let's finish. Let's do this one. Where's a good starting point? Find you a starting point, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get as much water out of it as possible on this end. Get it in the bags, vacuum seal it. Now when I get ready to use it to bake with it, y'all, all I have to do is defrost the bag, okay? It will be watery, okay? Then all I gotta do is put it in a, y'all saw me do that. Why didn't you holler at me? Okay, where was I? Oh, put it in a strainer with a cheesecloth, put it in a strainer, drain it out right then, and then just dump it into whatever batter I'm making or whatever. So there's two ways you can handle the water content in pumpkins, okay? So we're gonna finish peeling this. Y'all get the gist, okay? I've just got to, my hand, these things are slick with that oil on it, and I'm having trouble grabbing the skins because I oiled them. Okay, there we go. Now, so I'm gonna get my puree in this bowl. I've got one more pumpkin. I've got two more pumpkins. I'm going to roast. I gotta get them in the oven so we can get all this puree done at one time, okay? Roasting them is the simplest way to preserve them, y'all. You don't have to can pumpkin. I just do it because I can. And I may want to use them as an extra side dish to a meal one night. And then just use like some Italian seasonings or something like that. And just use it as another vegetable to go with a dish. So I like finding one thing. If you'll notice something about me, y'all, I like taking one thing and seeing what all I can get out of it. Like my butternut squash. Everything. I try to see what all I can get out of that one vegetable. Okay? Pumpkin, I like canning it because like I said, I can use it as a substitute for sweet potato casserole. Just do pumpkin casserole. Okay? And then still fix it the same way. You're still just about going to use the same spices, y'all. And then use it in soups and stews. Okay, if I want to make a roast, I can grab a jar of this pumpkin and do a roast, y'all, instead of a potato. If you're keto or diabetic, y'all sit here, see me doing this, and y'all ain't telling me, hey, you're throwing your skins over. Okay, let me get the skins out right quick. Okay. I do this all the time, y'all. Okay, there's no more skins in there. Skins here. Okay. I almost did it again. Let me get this in here before I just absolutely mess up. Okay, I'm actually going to reuse this pan and put the next ones on there. Skins over here. I'm trying to save time. I'm trying to save space. I'm trying to use as less dishes as possible. So the next pumpkin's going to go on this one. This is a little better. Okay, where was I? So you can use cubed pumpkin in anything, y'all. You can use it as a side dish. You can deep fry pumpkin, y'all. Have you ever tried that? And using it as a keto and diabetics. This is where I was. If you're having to substitute with potatoes, okay, and you need to find something else. Pumpkin, cubed up butternut squash, okay? Substitute that for your potato. It's healthier for you. Just season them to your taste and use them as a side dish to whatever you're doing. Y'all, there's so many versatile things you can do with pumpkin. It can be a substitute. It can be a main dish. It can be a puree to bake with, whatever. I get so many uses out of my pumpkins. Side dishes, roasts and stews, substitute for potatoes. I can do them in the air fryer. I can do them in the oven. I can do them in the Instant Pot. I can deep fry them. See, I'm going to get so many uses out of these pumpkins, okay? I'm not going to freeze any in cubes right now, okay? I'm not going to do that because I have some butternut squash I'm going to do like that, okay? So this, I'm just going to be doing it this way, okay? So you get the gist, okay? For your pumpkin puree, you get the gist. Woo, that was hot on that end. These haven't cooled as long as these have, okay? So you get the gist. But y'all, I mean, like I said, there's so many things you can do with pumpkins. Substitute, use them as a side dish, puree them, roast them. See, I just gave y'all so many uses with pumpkins, okay? While we're talking. So many uses with pumpkins. It's not necessarily for, see, that's why I'm getting dirty, y'all. They're not necessarily for pumpkin pies, okay? Get the most that you can out of your pumpkin. Okay, and y'all, you don't have to can them. You can cut these up in cubes and put them in vacuum seal bags and freeze them and then turn around and use them, okay? Throw them on a roasting pan with some seasonings and roast them up. Throw them in the air fryer, deep fry them, okay? You don't have to can pumpkin. It can be frozen, okay, in cubes. So see, I just gave y'all some more uses with your pumpkins to get more for your money, y'all. And to have a different vegetable to eat. Pumpkins are in the squash family, y'all. It's a vegetable. It's in the squash family, okay? So you can get another vegetable in your kids and they won't never know it. Oh, that's hot. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna wait on that. That one turned out to be a little hotter on the inside underneath. It's not as cold as this one. I'm gonna wash my hands. Those are still trying to vent, okay? I'm looking at it. I'm waiting on it to vent. Then we'll start getting it up to pressure. Then we'll process it. And then I'm going to cut up 2 more pumpkins, get them in the oven. Whew, shoo, y'all. I ain't even had breakfast yet, okay? It is 1 o'clock. I ain't even had breakfast yet. No wonder I'm starting to get the jitters, okay? So, take your skins off. Make sure you put your skins in one place, your puree in the other, okay? I'm gonna let these cool off. I'm gonna get 2 more pumpkins in there. See, I'm rotating, I'm multitasking this morning. I got me an assembly line going here. Those are fixing to vent, whatever, y'all. Okay, I think I'm gonna get me a sandwich right quick because I'm hungry up in here. Okay, so, let me do some things, get some more pumpkins in there, let this cool off some more, but this is what you do. Skins in one place, puree in the other. Then we will get to the next step, okay? After I have me a sandwich, okay? All right, y'all, this has vented for 10 minutes, so now I'm gonna put my little bobbler on. I'm gonna watch for it to come up to 10 pounds pressure, and then when this starts bobbling, then I start my timing for 90 minutes, okay? You don't have to see that, I don't guess. Well, after they get done processing for 90 minutes, because I got quarts in there, I'm going to take the pressure canner, set it over somewhere to cool, and get ready to load up my next pressure canner, okay? Because I have 2 pressure canners, okay? I actually have more than that. I got my mother-in-law's, but I haven't used it yet. So I need to kind of like practice with it to see and get used to how it works before I try to do any of this. Woo, it's getting hot in here. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do next, okay? I'm just gonna go ahead and let that come up to pressure and then process for 90 minutes, take my pressure canner off, let it be cooling. As soon as they cool off and they come out of the pressure canner, I'll let you see what they look like, okay? I'm gonna finish breaking down the rest of these pumpkins to get ready to put in another canner. while this one's cooling, I have another canner loaded and ready to go to just sit on the eye and start as soon as I pull this one off. It's been a day, y'all. Okay, so, and then I just now got the other 2 pumpkins in the oven, so I'm at a standstill right now. I'm going to take me a little break, like I said, and eat me a sandwich, okay? I'll be right back. I'm sorry, y'all. I just happened to remember. Some of y'all may be new to my channel, and you haven't watched any of my other canning videos before. I have 2 different pressure canners. I have the old-timey one that I inherited from one of my grandmothers, and it used the bobbler that you hear that familiar summertime sound, okay? That's one of these, okay? That's going on another pressure canner. This one is a digital, not a digital, but a gauged pressure canner where I have a gauge here that shows me the pounds of pressure I need to come up to, so I can view it and look at it. This one, if you put it on 5 pounds of pressure, it's going to be on 5 pounds of pressure. If you put it on 10 pounds of pressure, on that hole right there, it's going to be 10 pounds of pressure. These, you have to watch and maintain and fluctuate your temperature, okay? Your stove eye. So my sweet spot on this pressure canner, because I've had it for so many years, is in between 10 and 15. So if it goes above 10, don't freak out, because this is an older pressure canner and it's just developed a sweet spot, and I can just be in another room and know and hear it when it starts bobbling. I know the sound because I've done it for so long. I can tell my husband, okay, it's fixing to start bobbling. And he's like, how can you tell? I've done this for so long, I just know the sound, okay? And then I'll say, okay, it's time to get up and go put the bobbler on. Yeah, I just know, okay? So I can tell when this is going, yeah, I know it's sweet spot, okay? So it tells me up here, 0, 5, 10, 15, okay? When it pushes all that air out, it's gonna start coming up to temperature, okay? I mean to pressure. And then I'll maintain it from there. Just so you see, like, oh, wait, she's got I do have 2 different pressure canners, okay? This is the old one, okay? I don't have to fluctuate anything on this one. This one, since it does have that sweet spot and it goes a little over 10 pounds pressure, I just cut the heat down. If that happens to your pressure canner, just take the heat down just a little bit, okay? And then it'll get stabilized. So don't freak out if it starts rising. Okay, don't freak out. Just stay calm. Just cut back on your heat just a little bit. So I'm going to let this come up to 10. It's already rising. I can see it, the gauge. Okay, so it's going to come up to 10. Then I'll know by the sound when it's fixing to start bobbling. Okay, and then I'll start timing it from there. This one, I know by the sound, y'all. That summertime sound. I grew up listening to this sound in my grandmother's house. So I just wanted to let y'all know that in case you're new to my channel and you're just now seeing, you know, that I have different pressure canners. Welcome to my channel, by the way. I hope you find something here that you like, and I hope you stay with me, because it gets crazy sometimes up in here, okay? Okay, but you'll learn a lot, okay? So I'll see y'all in a minute. Okay, y'all, this puree has cooled off, and for the sake of just timing in this video, I'm just going to I'm going to get started with the process of getting some of the water out of this puree, because if you'll see, I don't know if you can or not, but there's like, see it right there? There's like water that has already settled in the bottom. I'm going to take this over there and try to smush out and get out some of this water, so then we can start mashing it up and getting it into vacuum seal bags and vacuum sealing it. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and then I have already taken that pressure canner off of the stove, and I'm letting it cool over there. I'm on the other side, so that can be cooling, and I want on this side to get away from it. So let me go get some of the water out of this puree. We're going to let that one cool off. I'm going to get the next 7 jars into the canner, and we'll start that one and get it going, okay? When that one cools off, I'll take them out after they cool off and let you see what it looks like. So let me go over here to my sink, get out some of this water, I'll bring it back, and then we'll go from there, okay? Alright, y'all, I got some of the water out, Y'all are just gonna have to look at Head Cut Tracy here because I want you to see what I'm doing. All right, I'm gonna start mashing this. See, some more water's already come out of it, y'all. All right, I'm going to start mashing this. Y'all, you can throw this in your mixing bowl and get a hand mixer. Normally, I use my KitchenAid mixer, y'all, and throw this in there and then puree it up, blend it up. But y'all, you see how I have no space left on my island, so I'm just gonna do it this way, y'all. Potato masher, start pureeing it up, okay? Just get it softened. Because I still have some more over there I've got to get in a bowl, get cooled off, and get smushed up. But I'm just showing you this. Yeah, so that was one of those skins I let get in there, y'all. Okay. We are just going, there's another one. See, y'all, I got to talking and I tossed them things in here. I'm glad I saw them. And y'all probably saw me do it. You were shouting at me. Now I found them, okay? All right. Yeah, I found them, y'all. Okay. So we're just going to keep on mashing till I get the puree like I like it, okay? And then I think I have a bigger bowl somewhere. Nope, there was one more right there. I think I have another bigger bowl. I just have to dig it out, y'all. But I'm almost done anyway, so we're just going to do it like this. All right, mashy, mashy, mashy. Another one. Okay. Just have to focus and concentrate next time. But just for the sake of showing you how we do this, and I will get the rest of them done. Okay, that's not a skin. I will get the rest of them done, you know, later. I'm just picking one right now to show y'all how I do it. Okay, now I like to freeze my puree in 2-cup portions. Okay, simply because I just know 1 cup's not enough for a pie. Okay, so we're gonna try 2 cups, and then if that's not enough, y'all, I can just get out 2 bags and thaw it out and do it like that. But when I get ready to do a recipe, at least I know I've got 2-cup portions. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stir it up a little bit. Make sure I got the bigger chunks out. Just to make sure I got the bigger chunks. All right, pretty much. All right, we're gonna stir it just a little bit. Y'all, you can do this in a food processor. You can do this in your KitchenAid mixer. You can do exactly what I'm doing right now. Doesn't matter. As long as you get it mashed up and you're ready to start pureeing it, okay? I mean, you get your puree, okay? So however you want to do yours. But like I said, I don't have any more space anywhere because this has been a working kitchen this morning and I have got stuff everywhere. Okay, so I've got it like I want it, and I'm just going to do 1 bag just to show y'all how I do the puree, and I freeze it in with my vacuum sealer in vacuum seal bags. By all means, if all you've got is Ziploc bags, make sure you're using the freezer Ziploc bags, okay? So I'm going to do 2-cup portions. Make sure it's good. 2 cups. And if it goes over, y'all, that's fine. At least I know how much is in here. Okay, 2-cup portions. Come on. 1. Y'all, my hands are clean, and these are for us. Okay, it's not for the public. Okay, for my family. Okay, now let me try to scoot some things over. Okay, just so y'all, can you see this? Okay, good. All right, I will vacuum seal this now. Okay, if you want to know the vacuum sealer I'm using, I've got a video on it. Show you how we use it, what kind it is, how it works, what it does, the purpose of it, okay? And then I'll leave a link down below where you can check into getting one, okay? But we love our food saver. We had a smaller one, but y'all, we've got to freezing so much that we had to upgrade better horsepower because we do so much. So keep that in mind when you're looking for a vacuum sealer. You can go for the smaller ones. But y'all, we chose the smaller ones for price purposes, but then after we used them so much and they burn up because we used them so much, we realized, okay, we've done gone through 2 vacuum sealers. We do a lot of vacuum sealing. We need to get a better one horsepower, okay? Little bit bigger motor, okay? So that's what we did. We upgraded. And y'all, this has like a little attachment too where you can do the jars, okay? Okay, so is it okay? It's on. All right, I'm just gonna do one bag just to show y'all how we do it, and then I'm gonna finish getting all my puree done and into bags, and then we'll wind up seeing how many we wind up having, okay? Those are still cooling, so that's the next things I'll show y'all. So we're gonna put this up under here. All right. Okay. It gets it all out, gets all your air out, okay? Seals the bag, heat presses it and seals it. After a few seconds. Okay, now, this is all I do. To store them easier, just make them flat, y'all. They store better this way. You can set them up and do them file-wise, or you can lay them flat and stack them on top of each other. So this is how I'm going to finish my puree, and getting these finished skinned, getting them in the bowl, draining some of the water out, getting them into Ziploc vacuum seal bags, vacuum sealing them, flattening them out, and storing them. We'll figure out how many bags we're going to have, and I'll let y'all see that. Unless I forget, I get too tired and I forget. And then I'll show you our jars, and then I'm going to start processing the rest of these pumpkins. And that's all of our pumpkins, y'all. So, all right, so there's one bag so far. Let me finish getting the rest of my puree going, and we'll see, okay? Okay, y'all. I am going to turn y'all around, turn y'all up first, then turn y'all around and let y'all see the process. Y'all, I've taken the jars out of the canner, and I have sat here and heard 5 pings so far letting me know that they're sealing. All right, I got them out of the canner. I'm fixing to load up, get ready for the second canner. Okay, I wound up with 9 bags. Oh, y'all are too high again. I wound up with 9 bags of pumpkin puree, and then so far 7 jars of canned pumpkin. Whew. It's been a day, y'all. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. Okay, y'all, thank y'all for going on this journey with me today, canning pumpkin and making pumpkin puree, roasting pumpkins, whatever, preserving pumpkins. Thank y'all for going down this journey with me today. I hope you find I still have more to go, but there's number 6. I still have more to go, y'all, filling up some more jars and getting another canner loaded. That's all the ones that I am going to be pureeing. So that's our pumpkin season. We harvested a lot of these in the middle of July, but like I said, I got hurt and had an accident, and I was on a heating pad and had my leg up for a while. I don't know which video I told that story in, y'all. I have no clue, okay? But I had an accident, and it just put me down for a few days or about a week, okay? So the pumpkins just had to wait, okay? And pumpkins store very good, just like butternut squash, so you can do them a little at a time, okay? But today I had the kitchen, and I'm like, let's just get this done, okay? Tired. My feet and legs are killing me. I'm fixing to call it a day, okay? After I get the next canner done, I've still got some more. Some of these, y'all, I may finish in the morning, okay? But I'm tired. So right now, I've got these jars, and I wound up with 9 bags of pumpkin puree. So $2.99 for a packet of seeds, Okay? Let's see, what else? $2.99 for a packet of seeds, and compare that to the cost of what a can of pumpkin puree cost at the store. So there you have it. It's worth growing your own. Okay? I'm going to finish some of these pumpkins. I may finish in the morning and just finish them up. Thank y'all for hanging out with me on this journey of preserving pumpkins. I will catch y'all in the next video, okay?